Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. We recently looked at the updates to Star Citizen's next big release, Alpha 3.3, coming on the 10th of October. Today we're going to take a look at the rest of Star Citizen's visible roadmap for Alpha 3.4, 3.5 and 3.6 that was all updated recently, coming with live builds December 2018, March and June 2019 respectively. Please bear in mind that things will get added and moved around with these patches. It's all estimated on the roadmap. The nature of the roadmaps that we see from CIG are the internal kind of quite fluid schedules of Foundry 42 and Cloud Imperium games. And as we get closer to 3.4 at the end of December, expect more things to appear on that roadmap and some things to potentially move out as well. Starting with Alpha 3.4, Planet ArcCorp, the massive city planet, is being added. This includes various new procedural systems for building those cities as well as others in the future, as well as performance improvements for procedural city rendering. They are incorporating Area 18, the landing zone on Planet ArcCorp, which is one of the main commercial ports for interplanetary traffic for the surrounding region. This is going to include populating the city with NPCs, missions and stores and various other things. ArcCorp does have two moons, Lyria and Walla. All these areas will also be populated with outposts, missions, NPCs and various biomes. An addition to Planet Hurston is also going to go into 3.4. The creation of Lorville's core business district, including populating those areas with NPCs, shops, missions, etc. There are improvements to the hard surface and organic shaders, allowing for enhanced environment details. Gas cloud tech is going in that will allow the rendering of volumetric cloud effects, such as asteroid field dust, comet tails, and eventually this will be used to actually generate planets like Crusader, which are gas giants. They are adding FPS stealth elements and stealth gameplay to behavior for the NPC. So NPC behaviors will allow the player to approach an encounter using stealth tactics and also allow NPCs to react appropriately. Flight AI are having quantum and strafing, so this is going to be increased abilities for AI pilots. This batch of improvements will allow AI pilots to use quantum navigation, provide more updates to the IFCS flight mode, and allow AI to use basic scanning mechanics to possibly detect stealth ships. Improvements to the quantum travel mechanics with upgrades to the UI are also going in, interaction and spine jumps. They are adding scanning functionality to FPS gameplay, transfer of the scanning and ping system to players on foot basically. The initial implementation of this feature will include discovering active and temp contracts, generating blobs for distant entities, and the ability to scan entities for additional information. There's another mission giver, Wallace Klim, to the Levski location. This is the characters' clothing and props and environment also all being worked on and implemented, capturing the performance, solving animation and voice lines, creating the behavior tree and hooking up mission content for this character. So it's going to be some more mission specific to this new mission giver as well. They're also adding ship jacket armor. So this is the implementation of armor that consists of wider, more anarchic combinations of styles. So lots of quite erratic armors kind of pasted together that might not have a theme in the same way that we've had them before. They might just be a bit weird and assorted with their armor types and selections. A really important one, playable female characters are making it into 3.4 hopefully. So this is the implementation of the models, animations and items to allow for players to select a female avatar, as well as updating the female NPCs in various locations. There's some new weapons as well, the Castek Arms dual barrel shotgun. They're updating the Joker Engineering Sucker Punch Cannon series and Bearing Swordpipe repeaters, size 1 to 3 for ships. There's also an addition of the projectile manager. So this is going to be enhancing projectile systems through advanced physics. I'm interested to see actually how that will affect the game, but hopefully it should add some more realism. Ships wise, they are making flyable the 600i touring variant, the 300 series reworks, including the 300i, 315p, 325a and 350r, the Anvil Hawk Light Fighter, which is also a bounty hunter ship, all the freelancer variants, so the Max, Der and Miss are all getting added. They're implementing and balancing the updated base model of the MISC Reliant series as well. They're going to be reworking the ship's cargo area, updating the landing gear, and revising the nozzle system, making adjustments to the ramp, that sort of stuff as well. Expect some materials updates. Some other bits and bobs. Obviously, this is going to get pushed on to the rest of the series. Alpha 3.5, that's coming March 2019. This is going to have DNA face customization, a bespoke system allowing for comprehensive facial customization for in-game characters. They're, as with all of the systems in game, going to keep on evolving and adding to bits like this, but this is where we're going to have a lot more customization of our characters' faces, and obviously that will be for the female characters as well. There's going to be the Reputation Law System version 1 being implemented. This will allow for localized crime ratings and reputations along with integrated location-based missions. Version 1 of Salvage as well, so this is going to be the mechanics required for players to be able to strip material from a ship's hull in this version. This system will be designed to accommodate players both on foot and in a ship. The player will have to scan the environment to find scavengeable debris, but once harvested, unrefined materials can be sold at a kiosk. Manual repair, so the mechanics necessary for players to traverse to the exterior of larger ships to perform spot repairs on damaged hulls. And this is obviously quite important. We need repair in the game. Service beacon escorts. So this is an addition to the service beacon system, allowing contracts for paying another player to escort you to a different location. So by integrating quantum linking, the new escort beacons will improve combat assistance by allowing your hired guns to more readily accompany you. There's some important optimization and foundational work as well. Parallel network and increased network multi-threading. Jobs moving packets receive processing into the job system so that the server can handle a greater number of connections. This system should allow the game to increase player count per server beyond the limitations of the current tech they have. There's refactoring of the lobby session management ready for server meshing. This will lay the groundwork for server migration technology that will allow them to connect multiple servers and clients in the same game session. As this task is closely aligned to server meshing, there won't be an immediate observable benefit to the tech until all the server meshing work is complete. They are adding some FPS weapons as well, the Gemini S71 assault rifle, the Castak Arms Coda ballistic pistol, and the Castak Arms microwave cannon. The microwave cannon is something I very much want to see. There's updates to the GT870 Tarantula series of ballistic cannons size 1 to 3 for ships as well. And ships-wise, they are adding the Banu Defender, which will be the first true Banu ship we've had in game, the Reliant variants including the Mako, Sen and Tana. There are revisions to the Constellation Taurus and it's being made flight ready. The Origin M50 and P52 Merlin are getting improvements. They're getting balanced, their landing gear compression's getting updated, and they're doing some work to the UI metrics in the cockpits to improve pilot experience. 3.6 Alpha is coming June 2019. So this is going to have FPS AI combat styles. They're going to be introducing a variety of combat styles that can be applied to NPC AI. Some of these initial personalities will range from untrained fighters to trained military, allowing for a variety of flavors to an encounter. Flight combat AI styles as well. So this feature will introduce a variety of combat styles to AI pilots. These personalities will vary in the way they approach combat scenarios in order to make each combat encounter a little more unpredictable. This update will also allow AI ships to attack ground targets. Again, incredibly important for the game. They are making some revisions to comm stations that are going to be positioned around the universe. These not only facilitate the ability to transfer data, but also provide ECN coverage to report any security violations. Obviously, they will tie into the reputation and criminality system quite a lot. Refineries, so they're creating mineral refinement facilities where players can go to sell unrefined ore that they've mined. Players can also visit these facilities to purchase refined materials to then sell elsewhere. Ping and scanning improvements, so they're adding subcomponents, signatures, and mission support to the scanning system. For people interested in looting and actual physical inventories, they are building a physical localized inventory system with persistence and limitations, allowing for a more immersive and realistic experience. The initial iteration of the guild system is also going into 3.6. which will enable localized guilds, specialized missions and mission givers, and guild membership options. Ship-to-ship refueling version 1's also in. The mechanics needed to allow for players in specific ships to sell fuel to another player by connecting with them and directly providing fuel to their ship. Expanded service beacon features are also going to be in, obviously to utilize that feature for service beacons, but there's going to be new contract types, new filters, new interactions, and a refinement of the system in general. There's a couple of weapons also being added to this patch, the new Maxox NN series neutron repeaters for ships, and the Clausen Werner Lumen V submachine gun for FPS gameplay. Ships-wise, the P-72 Archimedes luxury parasite subfighter, basically the cousin of the P-52, but a little bit more luxury, is getting made flyable, and the Origin 890 Jump, which I am very, very much looking forward to. That is a large, basically capital size luxury ship. Tech and back-end wise, they've got the persistent item cache refactor, so they are refactoring back-end tech for maximum scalability and optimization, and there's going to be an insurance service refactor, improving the back-end manageability and scalability of the insurance system and services, building off the underlying persistent item cache tech. And that about wraps it up for actual visible things on the roadmap. So server mashing is AFK from that current roadmap, though some of the supporting tech is coming online there, and you can see that they are building up to it. There are a huge amount of gameplay mechanics that still need to make it into the game. Wider gameplay areas, Crusader, Microtech, that's all needed in the shorter term to complete the Stanton system, and then they need to expand to jump points to flesh out the rest of the universe. Squadron 42 is going to be getting added to the roadmap at some point, but in addition to all of these features, the current ones will evolve, and there is a few that are not mentioned at all. The new flight model changes should all be in by the end of the year, hopefully, and this, again, hopefully, should set the standard for the IFCS and flight model for the future, actually getting the feature nailed down. A huge amount of work is going into other systems, gameplay, ships, tech, and more that is not shown on the roadmap at all, either because it's too far out, or it's a supporting system, or it's potentially too small to mention, or it doesn't have a solid scheduled completion date yet. It's actually one of the things that I think Star Citizen's development suffers from at the moment. There is a focus on the short term in regards to what they show us, and only we really see the behind the scenes stuff and some of the larger overarching things they're working on in monthly reports, interviews, and the big presentations. They show glimpses of what the rest of that 500 plus staff are doing. There's a big backlog of items as well that they're going through, and that will be coming online as they get done, like the multi-grid physics deck and stuff like that. That is stuff that's not appearing on the roadmap, but it is in the backlog. It will just get finished when it's finished, and that could be in 3.4, that could be in 3.6, that could be later on next year. I will look at a couple of videos in the future with what's left to be done for Star Citizen, so looking at all the announced features and all the tech that needs to come together for the game and boil it down into a minimum viable product of what they've announced. Also, I suppose it is worth looking at now exactly what Squadron 42 Episode 1 is going to be about and what we know about it in a bit more detail now. So I'd love to hear what you think, what videos you'd like to see. What do you think of the current roadmap? Do you think there should be more features on there? Do you not think they'll be able to get the ones that they've said in? Whatever your opinion, chuck them in the comments below. Be sure to check out Shadow. It's a cloud-based alternative to getting or upgrading your gaming PC. It allows you to leverage the power of a GeForce 1080 at the moment and a powerful Windows 10 PC on almost any device so long as your internet connection is good enough. It works with Star Citizen Alpha 3.2 and with 3.3 coming in September. With object container streaming, it's only going to get better. If you do try it out, be sure to use the code BoredGamer to get a discount. Links to more info in the description below. Every month we have a giveaway. For August, it's for a Saber Raven. All you need to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my videos during the month for a chance to win. A huge thank you to my Patreons whose continued support helps me run the channel. More regularly starting this month, there will be exclusive content, early videos, polls, and ways to influence the channels for both my Patreons and something new to YouTube, channel memberships and subscriptions. It is another way to support creators, giving viewers more options, as well as giving them some emotes and badges. I'll be normalizing appropriate rewards between Patreon and the channel membership service where I can, so fans wanting to provide greater support won't lose out whatever medium they choose. Thank you so much for your continued support, guys, and for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.